Okay. So 22, and these are short little word problems. They're not anything too crazy. If Joelle invests $8,000 into a retirement account with a 9% interest rate compounded annually, or wait, nope, I lied. This one says monthly, not annually.
It's okay, it's 12.
How long will it take until this single payment has grown in her account to $16,000? All right, so the big difference here is they're not just telling you like R is equal to this, P is equal to this, whatever, right? You're going to have to take what it says and figure out what situation we're dealing with. So if that means highlighting for you or whatever, but we have an initial investment of $8,000. I have a 9% interest rate, compounded monthly, and I want to know when it's going to hit $16,000. So I would take that information and I would write down like what each of my little variables are. So the principal amount is $8,000. My R value is 9%, or I can write this as 0.09 if I want to go ahead and do that, because ultimately, obviously, I need it as a decimal. K is equal to what if it's compounded monthly? 12. And then I want to know when A is going to be equal to $6,000. Or, sorry, $16,000. So, what am I trying to find?
Compounded monthly.
Nope. How long it's going to take.
So
C.
A equals 8,000 parentheses
I don't know why I just wrote that.
1.09 parentheses raised to the T.
Nope. So that's if it's compounded annually or compounded monthly. So if it's compounded anything other than annually, as far as like if it's monthly, quarterly, daily, whatever, we need the other formula, which is A equals P times 1 plus R over K raised to the KT. So I'm trying to solve for T, so that means that value's up there that I'm trying to solve for. So I've got 16,000 equals 8,000 times 1 plus 0.09 over 12. If you want to do that separate and then plug that number in, that's fine. And then is raised to the 12t. So divide by 8,000. I have 2 equals 1 plus 0.09 over 12 raised to the 12t. Now, I needed to solve for an exponent, so that means that I'm going to need a log to do this with. So I'm going to move my 2 over here to this side so I can make my L. So I'm going to have log base. Now, the beauty of your calculator is I can wait and solve for this once I put it down here in the base. It will do that for you, or at least it should. So 1 plus 0.09 over 12 of 2 is equal to 12t. So then use log base to find this on your calculator. So remember, log base is under math. And you'll have to arrow up. And then once you find that number, you're going to need to divide that by 12.
I got -0.024. I don't think that's right.
It is not.
Oh, 1 plus 0.09 over 12. That's what you're
7.73.
That's right. 7.7.
Yep. And then that would be years is equal.
Would it be months?
Is that already divided by 12?
Nope, it's years. What?
That answer is already divided by 12?
Yes.
That would be my answer.
Because you had 92.
Yeah, that's why I was confused.
Use the restroom.
We're doing like 2 more problems.
Okay.
Or maybe you. Yeah, 2 more. Can you wait?
Yeah, wait.
Okay. I just don't want you to miss them. All right, questions on that one?
Why isn't it months?
Well, months when it makes sense. Because it's increasing at 9% every month. That's not that much money every. Pretty much always T is going to be in years unless it tells you otherwise. All right, 28. The president of a bank has $18 million. In his bank investment portfolio. That he wants to grow to $25 million in 8 years. What interest rate compounded annually Tyson, you tired over there?
Nah.
Are you writing down everything like we're doing in class?
I mean, I'm not.
Okay, well, you're supposed to be writing it all down. I'll have to start doing checks in here like I do in geometry. What interest rate compounded annually does he need for this investment?
So we'd have to solve for R.
So we
Yep.
have to use E equals 1 plus R 18 to the T. Is the formula we're using A equals P parentheses 1 plus R parentheses to the T?
Yep. So that is the formula, but I want to write down everything that I know. So the principal amount that I'm starting with is $18 million. I want to grow it to 25 million, so that's A. T equals 8, and I'm trying to solve for R. All right, so 25 million equals 18 million times 1 plus R raised to the 8. Dividing, so essentially I end up with 25 over 18. If you want to go ahead and get that, you can, or you can just write it as 25 over 18 is equal to 1 plus R raised to the 8. So then what would I need to do?
Log base.
Nope. That's only if I'm trying to solve for the exponent, trying to solve for what's inside. Huh?
8
Yep, take the eighth root of that. So the eighth root of 25 over 18 is equal to 1 plus r. And then I'll just subtract 1. So the eighth root of 25 over 18 minus 1 equals r. In case you don't remember how to do that under, I think it's math. Yeah. So under math, your option 5 is x and then a square root or a radical. That allows you to plug in whatever root you want. So 8 and then 25 over 18. And then you will take the eighth root of that. Or wait, the eighth root of that and then minus 1. So I get r equals 0.042, or we would say 4.2%. Because r is a percent value.
Oh. You forgot to subtract.
Yeah, well, let's subtract it different. Did something here. Now we can.
Questions on that one? All right, I'm jumping a little bit to one that will hopefully be more practical for you one day. 54. Robert obtains a 25-year, $100,000 home loan or house loan with an APR. You get something that much, you either have a lot of money saved or you gotta clean up the house that you gotta do a lot of work to.
What does APR mean?
Annual percentage rate, I think.
Dude, I see people.
It's essentially your little r value of a 9.25%. Yikes. That's very high. Mine's like 5.7, and I think mine is ridiculous, and that would be awful.
I don't know what that means.
The rate that you have to pay, like how much, so like they're loaning you $1,000 or $100,000, but you're paying that plus this much interest. It's very annoying
900,000.
to borrow their money. So from the bank, what is his monthly payment?
So is this a compounded monthly question?
Well,
Oh,
no.
no, it's a per, right?
Nope.
It's a future bill.
It's a present value problem because I presently owe $100,000
I know how to do this
How
one.
do you know that?
So the formula.
because it's a $100,000 house loan. That means that's how much money you have to pay back. And we want to know what the monthly payment is, which is our big R. Okay? So, the present value is $100,000. R is 9.25% or 0.0925. It's 25 years, so T equals 25.
What is
And it doesn't directly say this, but this is the way interest on a like house loan is, it's monthly. So that means that K is going to be equal to 12. Pretty much unless they tell you otherwise, your any kind of home loan or car loan is going to be monthly. And we're solving for big R.
I thought, oh, that's what time.
So the formula is PV is equal to R times 1 minus 1 plus R over K raised to the K negative KT. Right? Is it negative? Let me go back. Yeah. All over R over K. So then plugging stuff in, I've got 100,000 equals R times 1 minus 1 plus 0.0925 over 12 raised to the negative 12 times 25 over 0.0925 over 12. So, because I'm solving for big R, and essentially this is what I have, I can multiply by the reciprocal of this, which is essentially multiplying over here, canceling everything out. And so this is just flipping this whole fraction over to solve for it. So I end up with 100,000 times this flipped, so 0.0925 over 12, all over 1 minus parentheses 1 plus 0.0925 over 12 raised to the negative 12 times 25. And then you just need to plug that in, and that's going to give you your R value. So this is essentially, other than that it's a word problem, it's just like problem 20 that we did where we were solving for the big R value.
I got 856.38.
Yep. $856.38. Yeah, I'll write these problems down first though. All right, so in addition to what you had the other day, now if you already turned them in, obviously that's fine, just do these on a separate piece of paper. 21, 27, 51, and 53.